Hello, and welcome to the Crew Podcast. I am the visionary Queen Angela, and welcome to Season 2. I want to thank you for tuning in and for all of your support throughout Season 1. We're back, them divas of the airways. So thank you for joining us tonight. Share this with someone in your circle.
At Wings of Transformation Publishing, we are committed to helping our authors reach their goals and pursue their dreams of becoming published authors. We work closely with each author to ensure a successful publishing experience, and we are dedicated to helping them tell their stories in the most meaningful and impactful ways. We look forward to putting you on the path to writing your book.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is a founding sponsor for Da Crew Podcast. Get featured inside the magazine and allow your voice to be heard around the world.
Aspiring Authors Magazine is an international magazine founded in May of 2020 by Queen Angela. Get featured.
The book, A Song for Zipporah, written by David Harris, is a powerful historical fiction centering around the life and character of Moses' future wife Zipporah before they met. Book author David Harris brings the reader into the relationship between Moses and Zipporah, which was gradual and lush. The story unfolds beautifully when Moses finally asks Zipporah to marry him. Purchase your copy of the book detailing this authentic story, A Song for Zipporah by David Harris today. It's available online at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com.
Hello, and welcome. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Free Texas Campaign, Cries from Behind the Walls. Today, y'all, gonna have an inmate to stop by and share with us on today. So I want you guys to share this out in your circle of influence. I have for the last year been working with those that have been wrongfully and overly incarcerated within Tdcj. And I am bringing awareness to a lot of the corruption and a lot of the things that's taking place within side of Tdcj. And today I am bringing awareness. So today I have a special guest that's going to be stopping by and sharing with us on today. Just waiting for him to call in. He's going to call in and share his journey, share his story. Yeah, he has been wrongfully incarcerated for now over 30 years. And we're going to hear his journey. We're going to be sharing a little bit about his story. We're going to be sharing about some situations that is currently taking place inside of Tdcj. For those that know me and follow the platform, know that this is what I do. But I'm waiting on my guests to come on, y'all. Waiting on my guests to show up. My guest is going to show up, and we're going to have this conversation. We're going to be talking to an individual that has been wrongfully incarcerated for over 30 years inside of Tdcj. And what I am going to do today is I want to shed some light on his case as well as I want to shed some light on some of the things that has been taking place inside of TDCJ. Those that follow my platform know for over a year now, I have been working with those that have been wrongfully overly incarcerated within in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So with that being said, I am waiting on my guests to show up. Again, we're going to be sharing about some of the things that is taking place inside of TDCJ. So, for example, one of the pressing things that is concerning me right now is that the San Antonio Food Bank um, donated 18 pallets of food to the McConnell unit in Texas, and and I've been getting complaints from all of the inmates um, that the officers and the inmates that work inside of the kitchen been eating steak and potatoes, been eating lasagna, and they have been eating strawberries and eating all of the food that we know came in through these deliveries, but they are not dis- they're not distributing them to the inmates. They're keeping it from the inmates. And from my understanding, this is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened on several occasions. So I contacted the San Antonio Food Bank, waiting for the San Antonio Food Bank to contact me back. But those that follow me know that I was live on TikTok when I contacted San Antonio Food Bank. So there is a video floating around about that whole conversation and what is taking place. So they can't deny that they have not spoken with me, that they don't know what I'm talking about, because I have it in video. Everything that I do now, I'm starting to put in video because I have come to find out that the state of Texas and all of these elected officials and all these people that have these positions and have the power to do things, they'll say one thing and then they'll do something else. So you got to keep a recording. You got to get it in black and white. You got to get it down in order for anything to stand around here, because these people will blackball you. They will lock you out. They will do all kind of stuff to keep you from being heard. But y'all, my guest has showed up. My guest is here. My guest is here. So if you would, sir, if you would please introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Cornell Dormer, and I'm here at the Dillon County Unit now. Okay? And my discussion today, I would like to, shed a lot of light on professionalism of TDC staff and inmates relationships here in the TDCJ, man.
All right. So, what are some of the things that you have observed since your time there in TDCJ? Can you say that I can't say that I know being incarcerated is not a good experience, but what has it been like? I'm not even going to ask, has it been a good experience? Because I know being locked up is not a good experience. So just tell us, what has this journey been like, and things that may be alarming to you, concerning to you, things that may need to be addressed. How about, let's do that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Well, when it comes to prison, ma'am, we don't know what to expect, ma'am. A lot of times, we hear about prison systems and about how hard officers and TDC is, how, working in field force, and, how it's just a bad situation. And it is a bad situation, ma'am, because, when I first come to prison, ma'am, we had to learn respect. Off our hands, we couldn't do a lot of things, because of how strict the prison systems were, how strict officers were. Officers back then used to step on your feet to get you to speak. They would hit you with sticks and stuff like that. But, since that time, man, the prison systems have changed. Well, nowadays, man, the prison system now have changed to the point where there's no respect with officers. There's no respect between inmates. Why? Because of the system being broken down the way it has been. The staff here in TDCJ, man,
So can you say that I'm trying to paint a picture here because for those that don't know, I am currently working on my master's degree, and I have been doing some studies, some leadership and organizational studies in the class that I'm doing. We actually been doing leadership and organization and behaviors. So I picked TDCJ as my personal project. So I am throughout working on my master's. I am working to figure out ways that I could possibly implement some things or try to help implement some things or at least show them some things that may work for them because I've come across a lot of different things, and when I tell people, see, a lot of people don't even know that I used to be a correctional officer. I worked as a correctional officer in South Fulton County, Georgia, back in the early 2000s is when I done it. So I have a little insight on what goes on inside of a prison system. Not to mention that I could have been I could have been in prison because of some things that I done back in my past, and I could have been right there, but God. But a lot of people they didn't get that grace and that mercy, and they were caught, and and some of them didn't even commit a crime, but they were caught. They were caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they got caught up by these people that were seeking power and money, because that's what a lot of these people, that if you go and you trace the trail, it's going to take you to some money. Some money is always going to be involved, and that's what I've come to learn with TDCJ. One of the things that have been brought to my attention is the understaffing and the overcrowding. And I think that the relationships and how the inmates are treated and how the officers are treated plays a lot in that, because you look at where y'all are located. Y'all are located in the middle of nowhere. So then people have to drive there. And then if you're not paying them nothing to drive there, you don't pay them a good salary. And then when they get there, they get to a facility that's run down. See, people don't realize when you're not upkeeping the facility, you don't upkeep the facility, you're not hurting just the inmates, you're hurting the people that work there too. So to all the administration that think that they are, keeping these inmates in bondage and keeping these inmates down by not providing the proper maintenance and providing the things, you keeping good employees away too, because people don't want to come work at dumps. People don't want to come work in unhumane environments, because guess what? They got to be there 8 hours and 12 hours and 10-hour shifts right along with the inmates. So you want to make sure that you're keeping up stuff, and that's what is not being done in a lot of these facilities throughout TDCJ. If you could please tell us about y'all's living conditions. Would you say that it's average standard or below standard, or they treat y'all like some kings and queens?
Ma'am, honestly, ma'am, we're living like we're living in a third world country here in the United States. Wow, because our living conditions, man, was so bad that, some of the things were, we don't get no recreation. Our food is bad. We're eating peanut butter and dick sandwiches with syrup in the middle of it, with a little bitty spot and 2 pieces of bread. We get meatloaf on a piece of bread that's hard and it's cold. If we do go to the chow hall, man, we'll get either 2 pancakes with just a few raisins and some grits. That's it. And, on a good day, we start to get a piece of chicken with some potatoes and beans. That's it. So as far as, inmates, food conditions, that, as far as any other thing, as far as, chapel services, they limited us on chapel service because they don't have no staff. They don't have no staff to the point where the medical conditions, are bad, because people are now committing suicide. And they can't change, they can't stop it, and we inmates were being allowed to being able to go try to help other inmates. But they shut that program down because they don't have enough staff to maintain it. So as far as our conditions, man, we are just living in a warehouse waiting to die. That's all it is, man. That's basically the truth. We're living in a third world country, man.
Wow.
In the United States.
Wow. That's sad. That is so sad. And they're not doing nothing about it. I've heard, I've gotten complaints, I've gotten letters from inmates telling me that, hey, we only got one officer on the unit today. We on lockdown. We can't go nowhere. I also been getting complaints about food. Like I got a complaint about maggots being in food. Well, they said it was wheat worms. Well, my thing to the administration was, I don't care if it was just a fly. It does not matter what kind of insect or what type of larva it was. The fact that it was in food and it was being served like it was nothing in food. So when I brought it to their attention, they saying that, oh, they caught it before it got to anybody's food. It's a lie, because plenty inmates told me that it was crawling around on their food. And over at your particular unit, Connolly unit, I was told that it was brought to the warden's attention, and the warden told inmates to go eat. Like, how, when, and how do you do that? Would you want to, like, I'm asking these people. I asked the ombudsman when I talked to him, you know, would you want to serve your family like that? Would you, if your family was incarcerated, would you want your family to be treated like this? Then we have to put ourselves in those positions. No, we're not perfect. We're not saying that they're supposed to be treated like angels. No, people make mistakes. A lot of us, we if it had not been for grace and mercy, a lot of us would be incarcerated right now. Some of us have done stuff that need to be up under the jail, but yet we still free. See, we don't think about that, but it does not matter. They are still humans. It's about human rights, and it's about treating people like you want to be treated. You know, I don't understand, how would you, like, and then the favoritism. Have you ever experienced favoritism? Have you ever, because I'm getting a lot of inmates have been writing me telling me that with this San Antonio food bank delivering this food over to the McConnell unit, that a lot of the officers, they were taking the food home. Like they got pizza, they got cookie dough, they got steaks, they got potatoes, they got strawberries, they got all kind of food donated. And they said that they said the officers was taking the food home, and then they was giving the inmates that work in the kitchen certain stuff. And the inmates that work in the kitchen were selling it to the other inmates. Like, how do you do that? And it's okay. Like, that's not right, because that right there causes a lot of friction within the inmates, because you got the officers showing favoritism. That's favoritism. That's unprofessional, number one. And then it's favoritism. It's showing that you're not biased because you're leaning towards the kitchen workers, the people that you have doing stuff for you. So then these people think that they can get extra privileges, which is not right. Everybody should be treated equally. And if they're going to be donating food, they need to tell, if San Antonio Food Bank is going to be donating food, they need to specify what the food is for. Is it for the inmate or is it for the staff? And from my understanding, staff is supposed to eat the same thing that the inmates eat, which I know never happens, because I know they're not eating as much peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as y'all are eating. Because I'm hearing every single day y'all are getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Y'all are getting peanut butter and jelly, and then the jelly ain't even jelly; it's just syrup.
That's true, man. That's true. We had peanut butter and jelly this morning, and we waiting on peanut butter and jelly right there. around here, and we don't get recreation. We don't get nothing. Like I say, man, this is sad, the way the system has come. And, our representatives and, I elected officials are not trying to do anything to correct the problem. And then not only that, man, here it is, our government now is trying to transfer the money down to the border, taking it from TDC and transferring it to the border. So, with that being said.
And that's where all the money is going. And it's going, like I tell people, if you trace the money, because TDCJ, the state of Texas, they have a lot of money that's being produced through these prisons. Like they run a furniture company. They make furniture. They make mattresses. They make underwear. They make all kind of different stuff. They make tags. They do a lot of different stuff within TDCJ. And the inmates get paid absolutely nothing. But yet they producing millions and millions of dollars through the prison system every single year. But yet your phones are always off. They withhold your mail all the time. It's hard for y'all to get commissary. I mean, everything that could possibly go wrong every single month seems like it goes wrong over at y'all unit. In other units, I'm saying y'all got about 120 something facilities, and I'm telling you, I'm in contact with about 20 or 30 of them. And every single day, I hear from somebody, one of these inmates, telling me something is going on. And not only you having these issues at the men prison, these women prisoners are getting treated like they are men. They're being abused. They're being talked to like animals. And then they report things and then they retaliate. But then people want you to constantly fill out these grievances. Please, can you tell us about the grievancy process that everybody keep wanting you to fill out and how this process works and how it needs to be reformed itself because it's not working? So can you please tell us how this process works? Because a lot of us on the outside, we truly don't understand what goes on behind these prison walls, but we are understanding more and more each day that it's a lot of shady stuff going on and there's a lot of vindictive stuff going on that should not be going on. So can you please shed some light on that for me, please?
Well, yes, ma'am. Grievance process, ma'am, where an individual inmate have a problem with either a staff member or something like medical conditions or institutional conditions like the food and stuff like that. So what we're required to do, ma'am, if we got a complaint, we have to fill out a grievance form. And the grievance form now has changed the timetable on the grievance form. It used to be 15 days. It used to be 30 days. Now it's 60 days. That if we file a grievance, here it is, what they would do is hold a grievance for 60 days, and then they would ask for an extension to turn that into, 120 days. So with that being said, by the time we get our grievances back now, this comes to be 4 or 5 months down the line. And the problem still existing. So, then the warden signs off on the grievance. And when he signs off on the grievance, he always say that there's insufficient evidence to correct the problem. So now, then not only that, a lot of times we get retaliated against if we file a grievance against a certain officer who's maybe a sergeant or maybe who have a buddy that's, working on the cell block or something like that. So, ma'am, it's really a dangerous situation for us because a lot of times the officer may come and shake your house down and find something that he can write you up for to have you put in a lockup or, or move from your section or something like that. So a grievance here, it's being ran by the individual officers. These are the same people who are the friends of the officer who you writing up. So, our grievance process is a joke too, man. So, it's just like our parole board system. It's all rigged, man. It's all rigged. It's all the same.
Wow. So let's talk about the parole board. And let's talk about how 65% of the people that come up for parole is not parole. I just did a paper, so that's why I know some of the statistics on the parole board. It says exactly 39. It's 34, 39% possibly makes parole. So the other 60 something come up and don't. You talk about the amount of cases and people that come up and they constantly giving set offs. But my thing is, if you're going to set somebody off, you're going to give them a program. You're going to give them something. You're going to give them an outline. You're going to give them something that they can track, something that they can keep up with their progress as they're going along this. And see, I don't get that. How you don't track and keep up with what's going on with these inmates and their progress and when they become eligible, because you can't tell me, okay, well, we're going to set you out for another year. Well, what are you going to do during that year to make sure that this person is ready for the next year when they come up for parole so they don't have to get set off again? Because the objective, I thought, was to make sure that these people are ready to go back out into society, not to keep setting them off and to keep putting them in prison. This is because you want to hold the bed. It's time to get some of these people up out of office. These legislators, these state representatives, these Congress people, these people that are not going to uphold these laws that they already have in place. Yet they still trying to pass new laws when they're not upholding and holding people accountable for the laws that they already have in place. And then every law that will help progress and will help take TDCJ. I mean, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And my somewhere is thinking, if you start with, take the money that you're sending elsewhere, rehabilitate these people that's in the prison so that these people can come back, go home, and be productive citizens. Because let me tell you, the people that I have talked to that is incarcerated and ready to come home, every last one of them want to get out and do something in the world to help these people so that other people don't end up like they ended up. Because I talked to many people, y'all, and y'all would not. I used to be like, ain't no way all these people are incarcerated and wrongfully incarcerated. Ain't no way. I believe in the judicial system. I don't believe in the judicial system right now, y'all. I don't believe in the judicial system. I believe that the judicial system is a scam. I believe that the judicial system is not for us brown and black people. It is not justice system. It is a just not for us system. That's what it is. It's just not for us.
Yes, ma'am, that's true.
It's for everybody else, but it's not just for us. Because it's not working for us. Everything you if you go back and you look at why they created the police force. The police force was created to keep us slaves, enslaved, and to keep us intact. If we escaped, their orders were to shoot and kill. So then you wonder why we have a lot of cases of us being gunned down, because that was their orders. That's what they know to do. And see, a lot of them, them good old boys, a lot of them just keep doing this because that's what was in their blood. That's what their family did, and that's what they keep doing. They got to keep somebody. They got to keep somebody intact and in that. As you notice, it ain't a lot of us. We can put on this front and we can say that we progressing and we going, but y'all got to look at this stuff for what it is. These people show us in plain sight exactly what it is. But a lot of us won't open our mouths and we won't stand up and we won't talk and we won't say nothing. Like a lot of us, we got family members that's incarcerated. And we know that they are wrongfully incarcerated. We know that they didn't do what these people don't said they did. But because we didn't have all of the money to throw around and to give out like some of these people got to give, because some people can't give $50,000 and $60,000 to lawyers because they ain't cheap for what they do. They some of them don't even need to have license because they practice. That's exactly what they're doing. They practicing and throwing people's lives away. They working with the judges. They working with the prosecutors, and then they putting you in prison. A part of the pay for what y'all call it? The pay for play scandal. Yeah, that's what it is. Because that's what they did.
Okay. Can I weigh in on that?
Yeah, please.
Okay, currently right now, ma'am, okay, I've been in 33 years, ma'am. In the 33 years that I've been locked up, ma'am, I have continuously fought the system. I have pointed out to the system, ma'am, the pay DCJ judge election campaign, the DA favoritism, the court-appointed attorney double billing, the grand jury racketeering, the indigent defense double billing scam, the racial jury misconduct, all of them, the evidence victim scandal, all of these actions play a major role, ma'am, in how we have incarcerated. Right now, here it is, ma'am. We have been caught up in a system, ma'am, of monopoly and manipulation. So with this being said, ma'am, I'm incarcerated for a crime that has never been investigated. My arrest warrant is not signed. My indictment is faulty. My conviction is faulty. The ballistic evidence is for the whole operation. So I'm complaining to everybody in the city, county, state, and federal authorities. They will not look into this. They will not investigate. With this recently, ma'am, the Rain Collective and an attorney has accused the district attorney's office of manipulating the system, where he refused to go back and investigate these old cases. And now here it is, somebody is showing the district attorney's office how to dismiss cases against police officers who shoot and kill innocent people. And now this is an investigation that's going on right now here in Bear County, San Antonio, Texas, where our district attorney has been put on the gun for violating the rules of conduct because people are telling him how to dismiss cases against police officers who kill innocent people. And that's not right. So what I did, I submitted a complaint about everything that I've investigated to these people, the attorney and to the Rain Collective, asking for them to look into my complaint of getting an investigation into every case out of Bear County for the last 3 decades because of an evidence victim scandal, ma'am. We cannot get a fair trial out of Bear County. And thousands of inmates here in prison and on death row behind these operations. But won't nobody investigate. And this is sad, man. And these people are only talking about one case when we have thousands of inmates locked up in prison who can't get out of prison. And now we have to depend on a parole board who is governed by the judicial branch of government. They too are district attorneys, judges, lawyers, and police officers. So now our system is rigged just like this. So, you want to talk about a set-off, man, we're going to keep getting set off because we're fighting the system, and they don't like that. Right now, I'm waiting on parole, and guess what? I've been gone 33 years, and guess what? I'm supposed to get a set-off. Why? Because I'm fighting the system, and they don't like that, man. So that's where we at.
Wow. So what is your plea to the people on today?
I'm pleased to the people, ma'am, is to find some type of way, ma'am, that we can join some unity, ma'am, and come together to address our elected officials, our governor, our Texas senators, our state representatives, our district attorney, our city councilmen, our county commissioners, and everybody, ma'am, to try to find some type of way that they can reform to change our system, our parole board system, our Tdcj system, our grievance process, our food process, and every other process that's, beneficial to Texas prison inmates. You know what I'm saying? To find some type of way that they can issue in order for an emergency relief. Because we have thousands and thousands of inmates in the prison system right now, man, that's eligible to be released. These individuals are rehabilitated, man. We have juveniles forced to serve 40 flat years, man. But if you talk to some of these individuals, man, they have rehabilitated themselves, man. But here it is, the system have no way of showing them no type of mercy for a crime that was committed by someone else. These individuals are innocent and still they're being forced to serve time for a crime they never committed it. Our system don't have no way of trying to show no mercy on these individuals. Why? Because like they say, don't mess with Texas. And this is the thing that our governor is living on right now. He will not give us no type of reaction, no type of relief, man. He won't grant nothing for the Texas prison inmates at all. So that's where we at. And if anybody's listening to this, man, we would like for people to either sign petitions or rally, some type of assembly to our city officials, our county officials, our state elected officials, and ask for reform. So that's where we at, man. I'm hoping somebody get involved.
Well, if you are in the great old state of Texas and would like to get involved, you can get involved with the Free Texas Campaign. You can email freetexascampaign@gmail.com and express your interest in joining us as we fight for those that may not have a voice behind those prison walls. Y'all, we are the change that we desire to see in this world. If you want change, you have to be that change. Change starts with you. So we are definitely trying to be that change. We're trying to bring some light to what is happening inside Tdcj and within the judicial system in the state of Texas, the corruption that has plagued the state of Texas for now 3 to 4 decades, heading into 4 to 5 decades, y'all. So I just wanted to bring some light. And y'all, if y'all get a chance, please go over and check out our YouTube channel, the Free Texas Campaign. There's plenty of videos. We have about 300 videos up from various people that is incarcerated within TDCJ. And y'all, I am going to continue my best to continue to bring you guys these stories and to continue to bring you different things that's taking place inside of TDCJ, because y'all need to know what's going on. And we need to hold these elected officials accountable. They take these offices and they say that they're going to be for the people and they're going to do this for the people and they're going to do that for the people. We need to make sure that they are for the people. And if they are not for the people, then we need to get them out of office and get somebody that is going to be for the people. Y'all, I am the queen of collaboration, Angela Thomas Smith. I am an advocate and co-founder of the Free Texas Campaign.
Thank you for using Securus.
Y'all, thank you for tuning in on today. And if you would like to join us and be a part of the Free Texas Campaign, please email me and see how you can get involved. That again is the Free Texas Campaign at gmail.com. And y'all, thank you for tuning in. Those that are tuned in on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Y'all have a great afternoon. Be blessed. And I love